and welcome. We are at the final round, back 9, FPO lead card of the 2024 Preserve Championships, connected by Microsoft Teams. This is the 11th event on our Pro Tour. I'm Raven Klein.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
Who are they?
Who are they? Well, we hope to answer that question for you this weekend. And 9 more holes to go. Tight battle. Holyn Handley just took the lead over Missy Gannon in that final hole, taking the birdie there. 1 stroke separates them. Scoggins in a tie for third. She's at 10 under on the weekend. Rebecca Cox with a 3 under, able to tie it up with Lykke sliding back a little bit into 5th.
Yeah, she had a couple strokes to play with here. Curious to see if people from that 3rd, 4th card can make any jumps, though. Kona and Valerie both playing incredibly clean so far.
Yeah, a lot of opportunity on the back here for birdies.
Definitely.
Maybe not this one. Not this one.
Starting the back 9, hole 10, a par 5, 962 feet. The second change we saw this year. Players are trying to get as far as they can up the fairway, ideally a little bit more on the left side so they can see their approach up to this corner. Once you get here, you've got a lot of OB to mess with. So some people, if they don't feel comfortable, are going to pitch up actually one more time and just play for the par. But if you're close enough, players like Holyn, we've seen in the past, maybe forehand something in with a birdie look.
Rebecca in a tie for third right now. This is her second shot. She's working the right side and fading away from it, way down there. She's going to be able to attack for birdie if she wants. She looks a little mad.
She's a little concerned about that OB on the right side.
Yeah, it worked out. She's going backhand here, which can be very risky. But she manages it.
Love the shot, though.
Really well, yeah.
She's okay with it.
It's fine.
A long look for the birdie.
Oh, great
and
putt.
She cashes it. She did finally get a par.
It looks like 2.
Holyn first to tee here on the 10th. Not giving it nearly as much height as she did yesterday, so she's going to get a lot more distance and pushes that left side. Good position moving forward.
Did Holyn and Missy get this back-to-back days? I remember we talked about it yesterday. Let me see.
Owen going with her flex backhand here. Good height on it, so she gets some nice distance. She's a little bit more in the middle of the fairway. Indeed,
confirmed statistic. Missy Gannon and Holyn Handley have gotten this hole both days. So impressive.
Was it Maria as well?
Yep, Maria too. Yeah, there's only a few birdies per day though. 5 in round 2 and 4 in round 1.
Yeah, it's not an easy birdie. Missy getting some good distance off the tee as well. No one getting quite as left as Holyn.
Lykke with a nice drive, fades off towards the left a little bit as well. I'm going forehand here. Going towards that OB line and fading, trying to fade away from it, but that's, oh no.
Yeah, it is really tough. You obviously want to avoid the OB on the right, but can't forget about the stuff on the left. And she just doesn't give that enough height to come out. Lykke just...
not getting too aggressive.
Yeah, not really playing aggressive. I think she had a lot left on that if she wanted to, but maybe she's forcing herself to play it smarter.
Yeah, that seems like a par play. Missy working that right side really hard and comes to a really nice position, similar to, I think, where we saw Rebecca just go from.
Yeah, I like the turnover for the second shot because you can really get some good distance there. You just pull in a lot more technicality.
Mm-hmm. Holyn with a really smooth shot. Way up there. Super controlled, no risking OB anywhere. Oh man, that's a heartbreaker. Own OB by not even an inch, it looks like. And not in position really to save the par. Let's see how far back she is. Oh, maybe. Yeah. I think it's smart to not, yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. Pushes it kind of close to the sidewalk. Doesn't look like she's nervous at all, but
The old aggressive layup, an own specialty. Lykke just gonna lay up as well.
Yeah. Kind of puts herself behind the two trees, making both the sidearm and backhand approach a little trickier, but
Missy sticking to her game plan, working the right side. Similar shot we saw from Rebecca, and she's once again inside the circle looking at birdieing this very difficult hole. This one played almost an entire stroke over par today.
wow.
It's pretty insane.
Holyn playing the forehand. I love that when you just get to crash into the hill. You've seen a couple people play the backhand and they get the skip and either do go OB or get awfully close.
Yeah, the forehand definitely feels like the ideal shot into the screen. Lykke does catch a tree but stays close for her par look. Owen did go deep yesterday on this approach, but makes the correction. She's just outside the bullseye, but it's going to be a bogey with that OB stroke. Missy to put the pressure on. Yep. All 3 days.
Beautiful putt.
You kidding me?
Yeah, that's a flex in itself.
Yeah.
Holyn looking to match that with a birdie of her own. And she does it.
Wow.
Holyn and Missy, 2 of 8 birdies today on the hole. This played as the 4th most difficult hole on the course.
Between Missy and Holyn, they got 35% of all of the birdies on the weekend. Isn't that crazy? On this hole.
Wow.
That's only if I punch numbers into the calculator right, but I think I did it.
I think you did great.
Thanks.
Another check-in with Rebecca Cox on our chase card. She is on the 11th hole.
She's working the right side. We've seen a few ladies try this but get caught up on the wall. Rebecca able to get up and over and just outside the bullseye.
Yeah, gave it great height.
Give her another one.
There we go. He's just collecting those birdies today. Someone once told me that there's a free birdie on every hole, and it's just up to you to pick it up.
Huh. That's not how it feels when I play this game. Holyn 6 down through 10, maintaining the lead. Rebecca Cox solo third.
Love to see it.
We just saw this from Rebecca, hole 11 is a par 3, 269 feet. Really beautiful pond this year, really gorgeous wall full of ferns. That water is out of bounds. There's an OB sidewalk on the right. There is a weird little safe area that we have seen everyone make their putts from if they've landed there, which has been a true delight. Holyn has been inside the circle both days. She's going with a buzz here. And that was almost exactly the same as her round one. She'll have a bit of a putt to make. There's a Z swirl buzz. Missy also on Discraft gonna disc up a little bit to a Z swirl undertaker.
Throwing more of the hyzer approach to crash in toward the basket.
Nice.
If you're taking that right side line, you really need to play more of a spike, because if you come in too flat, I've seen so many people just skip right over the wall.
Lykke throwing her Tour Series Halo Maya.
Beautiful shot.
Yeah, turns out they're pretty good.
Maybe check that out.
On one of the putts that we saw yesterday, ending up on this right side. If you're going to make a mistake, this is the one to make. It's still just nearly inside the circle from down there. And wasn't really at much risk from going out of bounds. That's almost exactly where she was yesterday. Like within 2 feet, I'm sure.
Probably. Maybe she
And then
practiced
she
from there. I don't know.
does it again?
So
Is this yesterday's footage? It's a different shirt.
coverage, we saw every single person make the putt from the wall. Like
Wild.
from the side there.
Okay. There's definitely a little magic in this wall. Holyn for a birdie.
Leaves it high, catches the band.
Kind of
Gonna have to settle for a par here.
first real miss we've seen. That other one didn't count.
No. I won't even call that a miss.
Missy to tie it up. Yeah.
Oh, she does.
Okay. Game on.
We're gonna leave the door open for Missy. She's gonna kick it down.
And then say, excuse me, afterwards. So polite.
Sorry,
that
you left
lady.
this open. Lucky in for a birdie.
Holyn gonna card the only par there. Detect a bit of business in that walk. Check out these stands all full. Great gallery today.
Beautiful day for a beautiful gallery. Yeah, Rebecca Cox sitting in that solo third place. Doing work today. Hole 12 is a par 4, 650 feet. You need to punch something straight and get yourself lined up with the second shot. Ideally, you're going over the sand pit and crashing into this landing zone. The error to avoid is early left. You pinch yourself off. Second shot, if you can clear the berm. A lot of players are trying to crash in right by the base of the trunk here below the basket. It's a good feeling birdie.
It is.
It is.
It is.
I mean, anything elevated. Got that little extra challenge.
Missy, I believe, parked this one yesterday.
She did. She was the only person to actually park it for the birdie. I've seen a lot of big putts on this hole, actually.
Mm-hmm. And that's
both fields.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's a great drive for Missy, nice and straight. She gives it the old Missy shrug. Yeah. Can almost hear the expression when she does it. Lucky kind of hugging the left side, and that again is just the mistake you really don't want to make. Can turn into a pitch out, or if you try to get aggressive, you can kind of bounce to the other side of the fairway pretty easily.
Also some stinging nettle in there.
Yeah.
But that's just the cherry on top.
Own sticking to her game plan, throwing nice and straight on this one, not trying to wrap the corner.
Yeah, just not quite clearing that little hill.
Okay, Holyn's been pulling this one to the right on a pretty extreme turning shot. Today, more of a low, straight shot. Definitely shorter than she wants to be.
Yeah.
Dang, I was curious if we could finally figure out what her actual game plan is.
Give us the final data point.
She's in the pit.
Yeah, probably not a spot she's used to playing in for this hole.
Yeah.
But uses the ceiling so well on her approach.
Wow.
Beautiful shot, Holyn.
That is so good.
I guess you can be in the pit and do fine.
Well, she can. You know. I'm going to work the forehand on the left side here. Looking for this to get very stable very quickly.
She did catch some branches. It's going to leave her with a long one. Definitely not counting her out, but she lost a lot of speed on that.
And Lucky, kind of a reverse patent pending shot. Still going to be kind of pinned, I think.
Yeah, it's such a tough angle to hit unless you can play a skip shot that puts you at the road's edge. Ooh.
Missy, I think, trying to go right side of that tree ends up left side, but actually gets way down there. Circle 2.
Yeah,
oh, yeah, tough
she
shot.
Pushed too far.
Lucky forced to work a standstill sidearm, but that is a good recovery.
Nice.
Super smooth shot.
Oh. Not giving this one a real run. I was just going to lay up for the par.
Missy in range. About, I'm going to call it 47 feet.
I was going to say 50, so.
Comes up a little short left.
I love seeing the run. As far as I'm concerned, really, there's no danger.
Yeah, as long as you don't
comeback putt,
like absolutely blow by it. Here's Holyn for a birdie.
Oh,
leaves it high. Uh-oh.
High is not usually her miss.
Mm-hmm.
So to see it twice in a row. Missy good for the comeback. getting her par on the 12th.
Lykke with a great scramble.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Own in for the par. And Holyn will settle for the par as well. This was the 8th most difficult hole today with 4 birdies. Quick check-in with Rebecca Cox on the 13th hole. A low line drive shot.
Get the skip. Oh, yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
So good. Wow. To be parked, well, not quite parked, but pretty dang close on this one. Feels amazing. Such a technical shot. And
all the birdies.
All the birdies. Yeah. Wow. On fire.
I love that everybody who like makes their putt on that hole takes a second and then just looks at the river real quick. You have to.
Just take it in.
The mighty Mississippi.
Still all tied up. Rebecca tied for the hot round now at 6 down.
Love to see it.
Hole 13, let's see if our lead card can follow Rebecca Cox's lead here. It's a par 3, 349 feet. If you can throw dead straight that far, good on ya. It's tough. No out of bounds to speak of on the sides of the hole. There is OB deep in the form of the Mississippi River. It's comes up surprisingly fast down the hill. You can get a roll down there. I don't know. You never know. Early right is the worst mistake you can make, so you often see shots kind of hyzer out to the left or are kind of low, not putting them in danger. And that's not a great feeling. Mistake early, hits that tree. Missy, not in a bad place to save par, though.
Lykke pulling her shot to the right side. Not where you want to be. It is surprisingly open in there in a sense of like she might have pushed another 15, 20 feet.
Perhaps.
But it's not open to get out.
No. Very closed. Ah, man. Owen really pushing that tree on the left, trying to get a huge flex shot down there. We've seen her play this hole really well, but that is a brutal kick into the right.
Holyn trying to get an extra stroke here. I love the height.
Wow. A lot of power.
Yeah.
It almost looked like it was going deep.
Could have.
Like, had a lot of pace on it. It's a good shot. Catches a late tree, but gonna drop deep in circle 2, it looks like. Missy with a standstill approach. Leaves this pretty high and right. Not her best effort.
That is a tough putt to look at for par.
Owen? Wow. I thought she was farther in.
That's
not
kind of
bad.
crazy.
Yep.
Actually.
Sit. Oh. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. We haven't seen that much of it. It's going to be, I think, in bounds. But
it is, yeah, it
tough
is in
comeback.
bounds. Yeah, even Lykke. So see how far she got down based on where she entered the woods?
But still not a great way out of there.
Open.
Yeah. Is the OB line the water, or is there any kind of like painted or string or?
I can't say I went down there.
Yeah. Okay. Me neither.
But I believe on this hole and like the sides of the hole we play up, it's just water.
Just water. Yeah. Here's Missy outside circle 2 trying to save par. Or just laying up.
Yeah, it doesn't really give it a bid.
Laying on top
I
of.
wouldn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's... I would, but I would, you know.
Yeah. Let's see if Holyn does. She doesn't.
No, these are some smart ladies.
Yeah, Holland's still going to take a stroke on Missy. Here is Owen. Just teeny tiny down there.
Oh, just low, but it does sit down flat, so that is a little gift.
Hole 13 showing its teeth to Lykke and Own.
They actually made minis.
Wow. 2 of them. They're beautiful.
Aw. June 23rd.
And 3 bogeys. Not what you want to see. Holyn taking the lead with that one. Coming into the final stretch, we got some difficult holes coming up.
Lykke and Own both tied for that 4th place spot. Rebecca Cox still sitting at the 6 down in solo 3rd.
Yeah, and she's 4 strokes ahead of her competitors on lead card. It's crazy.
Hole 14, par 4, 697 feet off the tee. You're aiming for this beautiful patch of green grass. There is a mandatory relief area in that creek below, not OB. The left side is really your main thing to avoid. A lot of players don't turn their disc enough, or they aim too much in the middle and they skip OB left. This is a tough par 4, but if you can land safe on the first shot and pump something past the basket, then you might not be looking at a death putt. Let's take a look at how Rebecca Cox played this hole.
And that's that same, I believe it's a Lucid Evader, so she's not getting super aggressive on the drive. It's still really good, but she's not going full distance drive or trying to get crazy.
Yeah, and you don't need to. I mean,
especially
you
off
can
the
make
first
second
shot.
your big shot.
That's what it looks like she's doing here. And I like that she's pushing that right side. And man, her distance has been so good lately. I mean, it's always been good, but she just has so much control right now. Really fun to see how Rebecca's game has developed.
This is such a, I want to say fun putt, but kind of crazy.
Well, yeah,
Going
I mean,
for
it's
that
a huge
circle too with the hill behind.
It's a huge drop off.
But when you're having a day like she is, of course you're going to run that.
She's having a day. Holyn has thrown this shot really big the first 2 days. Yesterday, she did trickle out of bounds. She makes the correction today and turns it, though it is heading towards that right side.
Hopefully she stays up on the edge where she can just get a leg in there, because she got some good distance.
Yeah, probably not going to be able to look at a birdie from in there, but you never know. As soon as you say something like that, it's like, oh, there she goes. She's doing it.
Commentary curse.
Missy putting, I think, a really nice amount of turn on this.
Yeah.
That's pretty dang good,
That's
Missy.
such a good amount of, I was going to say trust. Like just knowing the disc in your bag.
Trust and turn.
Trust and turn.
And she knows those ESP thrashers better than anybody. She will fight you if you think otherwise.
Lykke also putting a nice turn on her disc, trusting the stability, and she's going to be in a great position for the second shot.
Super smooth shot. Was an emperor for Lykke. Own going sidearm, trying not to mess with that left side OB and fade over to the right.
This looks great. Be right in the middle of the fairway.
A really nice shot there.
Oh, a little left of the fairway. Not the curl I expected from that
You
disc.
cannot predict Own's discs. It's actually impossible. This one is a more beat-in destroyer. That first one looked like maybe a Heimberg destroyer, so a little bit more stable than she normally throws. That one's going to get somewhere in the realm of circle 2 or just outside.
The second shot on this hole, I really like the play of hugging the right side and letting it skip toward the basket.
It's so hard to do, though, because this is, I don't know. This is what I always do, accidentally push
The
it
pull.
too. Yeah, if you're too close to that tree line, I like being closer to the OB.
Definitely.
Swinging a hyzer in.
You have to kind of flip a coin on that and be like, well, do I guarantee safe and go for the tree line? Or do I put myself in position
Real big
to
golf.
attack on the second shot and risk the OB skip?
Yeah, a lot of golf decisions out there.
Not a golf.
Missy, I think inside the circle with that one.
Yeah, the right side of this fairway does slope down as you get toward the greenery and the trees. So sometimes discs that would actually skip up just kind of skip just straight up and then don't go anywhere.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Little
ground play
anti-skip.
on this hole. It's hard to see. Holyn only going to pitch up about, I don't know, 30 feet.
Maybe.
And still has a big shot trying to save par. And I think Missy has the opportunity to birdie. So this is a big one.
So Holyn also leaking that a little bit right, so she's not going to get ground play toward the basket. She's just going to get a little extra distance.
Going from, 90, just going to lay up.
But a beautiful layup.
So nice. Nice gentle jump.
I think sometimes people take for granted how hard a layup can be from 100 feet.
Sure.
Like,
You putt it, do you throw it?
yeah.
Yeah.
That weird tweener distance for some people.
Lykke coming up out of the edge of the woods there. Looks like she's on the edge of the bullseye. Holyn trying to save par from outside the circle. Got some wind out there. Ooh, and
low.
2-stroke swing opportunity here for Missy. Where is she? I'm dying to know. I'm dying here. Oh, she's inside. Okay.
Oh, and she does capitalize. Another one of those door moments.
Huge swing. No, this one she crashed through. Like
the Kool-Aid man?
running, yeah, like shoulder into the door. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Good putt for Lykke. She will take a par.
Pretty dramatic swing here on the 14th, and 15 is an even more difficult hole, in my opinion, to birdie. It's also statistically true.
It is statistically true, and the only person who did get the birdie
is Holyn Handley.
Holyn Handley.
Literally won on the weekend.
So if anything,
Yeah, she might.
Back.
Yeah, she's
One of them.
probably. She's got to be thinking about that. Rebecca 7 down, current hot round, tying the hot round for yesterday. Hole 15's a par 4, 738 feet. Mandatory on the right. If you miss that, it's a re-tee. So you see a lot of ladies bail out to the left, making the second shot astronomically far. Holyn did get this with largely an enormous second shot. Most ladies just getting somewhere up to maybe this tree and then pitching up and taking a par. Again, only one birdie on this one during the first 2 rounds. I'd be curious if there was a drop zone, if more women would get aggressive off the tee. The re-tee, I feel like it just doesn't feel super worth it.
Yeah, I think everyone, like you see it a lot in FPO versus MPO, like we're going to play it safe and then work the next shot. If there was a drop zone, I think you'd see some bigger attempts for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to risk it because at least I don't have to do it again.
Missy with kind of a nice in-between, not crazy risky shot, but not your normal bailout play, which is kind of more what Lykke is doing, a little bit farther to the left. It just adds a little bit more distance. Still a great shot.
Yeah.
Owned really low here, not going to clear the berm, and there's some weird footing in that tall grass.
Yeah, it can be tough. I mean, I've seen shots that look really good, and with a crosswind, they just get slapped down, and you have to play this kind of weird low to high right side fairway.
Yeah, you end up throwing like nose up. Holyn getting aggressive,
Ooh.
and she hits the mandatory tree. Unclear if she's missed it.
Should I do a provisional in case I missed it? Yeah. I mean, it's a retake, so.
She's going to play a provisional just in case she did miss the mandatory. Such a brutal re-tee.
Yeah. Almost a fantastic second shot, too.
Yeah.
That high branch that most people don't even see.
So
They're checking the line here for the mandatory. It
has
doesn't
not
look like she missed it.
missed it.
Okay, so she's
Still in
just
a
going to have
horrible spot. I mean, just to save par from here would be unbelievable. Looks like, oh, she's lining up the cut roller, but it's just going to pitch to the path instead.
So smart, though.
Yeah.
I mean, the cut roller could be anywhere, and at least she guarantees herself footing now.
That's very true, but so unlikely that she's going to save par here, and it probably hurts to give up another stroke with only 2 holes left after this.
True.
And
She pulls it right now. She
Yeah.
finds a tree over on the path side here.
huh,
So Holyn would be kind of lucky to get a bogey.
at this point, not lucky, but
Or-
it's going to be difficult.
Yeah. You're right.
Oh, man.
Lucky's lucky.
Right. That's Holyn.
Whoops.
Oh, no. I think she fell down during that shot.
That's what it looks like.
That's a great shot.
This is lucky.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is a pretty typical play. Like I said, that tree is kind of a marker of a decent shot, second shot
Yeah,
for
I
most
would
of the
say
field.
If you have, if you're not just trying to pump something as far as possible and you have more control, you're trying to pick a side of the tree.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. Missy putting a lot of turn on this one. It's going to be fine for a par. Still some work left to do. Holyn, not really looking at much here. Looks like a low ceiling.
She got so far up
Yeah.
and just way too right.
Yeah, I don't
know.
Very few people I'm sure have ever found themselves where she just was. Owen with quite a bit of work left trying to get a par here. She hangs it up high, looking for that fade.
Great swing.
And
Wow.
she gets it.
Perfect.
A little tiny wave. She really put her body on the line for this hole, you know?
She did. Lucky lining up a short sidearm approach into the pin. Perfect. And a tap in par. Missy trying to follow suit and get right up next to the pin.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Nice little tap, tap, taparoo. Holyn. Is she even in circle two? Looking at a bogey. And really
Yeah, that is a
brutal
tough,
time to take a double.
Back-to-back holes for Holyn.
Yeah, 3 strokes back, 2 to go. Missy can just put on the cruise control.
Not really surprising. This was the second most difficult hole today with 0 birdies.
Yeah, Holyn, the only one to get it all weekend. That's crazy.
All right, moving on to our 16th hole. Missy is going to have a 3-stroke lead, but it's not over. Hole 16, a par 3, 310 feet. It's almost like a breath of fresh air following those last 2 holes. You're just swinging something out wide on this one and trying to crash into the side of the hill. Technically, the pond to the right is OB. I don't know if anyone's ever found it in the FPO field, but the right side of this hill, a lot of players skip around and curl up to the backside of the pin. Missy up first, swinging this nice and wide. Gonna just catch the branches, maybe? Oh, misses the branches.
Right. Forget what I said about cruise control. We are accelerating. Also forget what I said. I think I said there was 2 holes left, but that's not math.
You tried.
You know, I think I did pretty good most of the weekend, probably. Lucky, a little short left. Hopefully she's on the edge of that last little bushy tree there. This one played as the easiest hole yesterday. Looks like the second easiest today. Own going way too far to the right, but there's no danger over there. Just a little bit farther of a putt.
Holyn's gonna try and put this real close. Put some pressure on Missy to make a putt. Or just do pretty much the same thing.
It was actually only like the, 4th easiest hole today? I was looking at round 1. So, played a smidge harder today.
Yeah, you can see the wind a little bit off the tee. Doesn't look like the flags are moving much right here, but most of the
little
field
bit.
actually had to deal with what we're used to on this hole,
Yeah.
which is a little bit of a right to left headwind. Lykke giving it a bid from the left side of that bush. Misses right side.
Yeah, got a little bit of work left. Holyn trying to bounce back here, especially with Missy so close. She's got to get this.
30 feet.
And she does.
There it is.
Boy, I would not want to be the employee she's about to go scold.
Ooh, stays in. Lykke makes her putt for par.
And a wild own has appeared here, making good on the comebacker.
A little left side catch.
Missy to keep it at a 3-stroke lead with only 2 holes to play after this one.
Only 2.
Yeah, I double checked. Great putt from Missy. And we'll see if she keeps... I mean, there's no reason not to attack 17.
Oh, definitely not.
Versus
No, I mean, you're
like,
not-
yeah,
it
there's no
basically
point.
is a pitch up.
Yeah, like what would you do? Just putt, jump putt.
Hole 17 is the second half of hole 6.
Yeah, it's a par 3, 243 feet. You're just licking your chops ready to get this one after a couple of tough holes. There is OB that comes kind of pretty, I don't know, close into play on the right side, and wraps around the pin. If you end up left side of the green, there's a lot of really dense, low-hanging branches that can block the putting on this elevated pin. Mostly just don't hit one of these trees. Missy hitting the...
Oh.
a horrible kick.
Kicks all the way into the left side OB. She almost made it out of the tunnel, but caught that last tree.
That is not a place many people find themselves.
No.
I didn't even mention the left side OB because you don't really think about that. Holyn hits a similar tree but gets a good kick, lands short.
Had the opportunity there with Missy going OB.
Yeah. Still can potentially get 1 stroke back. Crazy turn of events here.
Yeah.
Lucky
Oh,
with-
love that.
Yeah, really nice shot, pushing the right side. Hitting a little bit deep, but I think she's out of those branches and should have a clear putt at it. Let's see, that was another Pathfinder. Own going rock 3. She's been working the right side flex line today. More of a straight turnover.
yeah.
Gets to the edge of the circle.
I like it. All right, Holyn a little close to these trees.
Leaves
I mean-
that shorter than you'd like, but
Yeah.
she's there.
Definitely some frustration.
Missy throwing 3 after finding that strange out of bounds. Just going to lay this one up.
Just outside the bullseye for Missy, and that's going to be for a bogey. And you really just don't see people kick
No, you really
like,
don't.
when they hit that late on the trees.
Usually you see a
what
right
happened to
kick.
Holyn.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, just outside the circle gets a birdie.
I feel like she got that all 3 days.
And let's see it again. Great putt. Love the own reaction cam. Holyn circles edge, looking to get a par and take a stroke back. And she does.
Beautiful.
Man, that almost looked like... like, yeah, okay. It's, you know,
It did, yeah.
I
She's
got
like,
it.
yeah, obviously I
Let's
made it.
move on.
Putt.
Jeez. Lykke coming back at it for another birdie. It's been a while since she's gotten one, but she is good for it. She's going to stay tied with Own.
Say that was kind of like you mentioned. She got just far enough to avoid these low branches that are like right behind Missy.
Missy kind of squeaks that one right over the rim there. 2 strokes going into 18. Very difficult ending hole.
It is,
A
but
lot of danger.
honestly, I mean, 2 strokes. Holyn has the distance to get aggressive off the tee.
It'll be curious
And,
to see if she can go for
it.
eagle.
Yeah.
She could.
Because what is she? She doesn't have anything to lose,
Right.
You know?
And
like,
Missy-
she's either gonna catch her or get second. I mean, no one's catching her.
It's true.
So this tee shot will be very interesting. Wrapping it up, hole 18, par 5, 942 feet. A lot of the field just playing something safe, hyzering over the shortest part of the water. Other players maybe getting a little more aggressive straight. Your second shot, you're going up to that golf green that the drone just flew over. And if you're in position, your third shot, you're trying to crash in toward this basket. We see a lot of players putting from the sand pit for their chance at birdie. Or if you fall short, you're actually pitching up a second time before you cross that body of water.
This has been a really exciting battle for the lead here. Rebecca Cox also having a crazy good round to jump into third. Looks like Own and Lykke with that birdie in a tie for fourth right now. Still quite a bit on the line, playing for position, points, money, all that jazz.
All that jazz. I like this line from Lykke. She doesn't go straight hyzer. She gets a little bit of turn, adding some distance. Not everyone willing to risk that. I know a lot of players played with a headwind on this hole today.
Oh, scary. So hard to get that distance. Yeah, it does look like mostly a headwind here. Own not messing around with this one.
No need.
Yep.
You can see straight behind where Owen's disc landed, they did put in a drop zone for us if you do not make it.
Oh, man. What's she going to do?
I'm going to go with throw a disc. Oh, she does
So
go aggressive.
So aggressive.
That might be a little too much turn.
She does not. I can't tell if she likes it or not. Come on.
Oh,
Dang. Huge shot, but she's going to have to go all the way back to that mandatory drop zone. And now officially Missy Gannon can go into cruise control if she wants to.
yeah, that's so tough. I mean, Holyn pretty much had no choice but to go for it. Mm-hmm. And I think it's the kind of thing where she's on land.
Yeah.
She's just OB.
Yeah, not by much.
No.
That's why this is a good finishing hole, I think, though. So much risk reward.
Yeah, definitely.
Missy on land safely.
So Holyn at that drop zone tee pad I mentioned. We used to play from the sidewalk, but they added this in.
So difficult to save par from here. Even just getting to that sand pit is an enormous shot.
It's a beautiful shot from Holyn, though.
Like she's not
She's
even
just
able
shy.
to get there.
Yeah.
And it's a tough shot from right there. Probably like 380 to 400,
Yeah.
410, 415.
Bust.
Okay. Own in the pit.
Actually, might even be more. Missy playing to the right side of the sand pit. This is a good play. If you push too far, the trees right on the edge force you to do more of like an Anheuser into the basket and green.
I assume she's just going to lay up from there, though.
I also agree.
I never know.
Yeah, I mean, send it, you know?
Lykke working the right side, similar to Missy, but hanging closer and
Ooh.
actually skipping into the pit. But she's far enough to go across if she wants to on the next one.
The thing about the sand pit is you gain a lot of ground, like distance, but you lose your footing. Mm-hmm. Whereas if you play safe to the right side, you got your feet, but you got an extra 60, 70 feet you got to approach to.
For sure. Missy just going to pitch up here. Got a couple strokes to play with, which is a nice feeling going into the final couple of shots here. Own going forehand all the...
Oh,
no. Hits the front of the bunker, and
Everyone's got a different way to pitch up.
it was the most aggressive layup we've ever seen.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, but she can easily still get her par.
I don't know if it's easy. So doable, though.
For Own. I don't know.
Lykke getting out and over the water leaves it probably somewhere in circle 2.
I think I expect a lot, you know?
That's fair.
I don't want to sell them short.
Yeah, that's very nice of you. That's good. Holyn
very smooth approach.
throwing 5. And
Ooh.
parking 5. That'll be a tap and bogey, securing second place. Super good battle today.
Unfortunate, she gave herself a little woo.
Yeah.
It's a great shot,
she's
but I get it.
had so many podiums. I'm sure she wanted the back-to-back wins, but she is right there and not going anywhere. Owns 4th. You're right. She made it look pretty easy. Yeah.
Give it a Missy shrug.
Yeah. Missy Gannon, woman of the hour. Hangs this one out
Deep.
right, gets the fade, no problem. She can just lay up and win the whole thing,
Must be nice to win with a tap and bogey.
Yeah, yeah,
like,
pretty
I'm gonna lay this
luxurious.
up. Zero pressure. Great crowd here in Minnesota this weekend. Just circling the green.
Look at everybody.
Ain't no gaps.
Great tournament. Thanks to the staff. Thanks to everybody in Minnesota. Thanks to all the, not everybody in Minnesota, but like the ones that helped.
The volunteers.
The volunteers
did a great job.
especially. Lykke gonna miss that putt.
Yeah, unfortunate to get that much roll after that. Makes good on the par though. Another great tournament for Lykke. She's been having a really solid season.
Really good season. Especially, it's always impressive, I think, when people switch disc manufacturer sponsors and are able to come out swinging. Turns out they're just good no matter what the discs.
Yeah, isn't that nice? Owen also finishing with a par. Holyn gonna tap in a bogey here. And your champion. Missy Gannon.
She's Missy Gannon.
She's done it.
Big money, Missy. Fantastic win.
Congrats, you got this? We're up to 2024 Goose Championship, connected by Microsoft Teams, FPO champion Missy Gannon!
Missy, you gotta let us know just how heavy is that Black Bear trophy?
It's really heavy. I felt so weak. I'm not that weak either, but that's a heavy bear. Thankfully today I had the energy. I feel like such a freaking warrior after yesterday. I was, I had a migraine all day and I don't even know how I shot what I shot yesterday, and I don't even really remember yesterday at all. So today I was just like, if it's not mine, I don't know what it is, because I wanted it so bad after playing like that yesterday.
Missy, 3rd dub of the season. What's next for you? What's next for you? You going to Des Moines? You going to Europe?
Yeah, so I'm going to Des Moines. Got to go back there. That was where I got my first Pro Tour win. I love that place. And then heading off to Europe. So, I'm on to the next one. But, I hope this isn't the last win of the season.
Okay, Minnesota, your preserved champion, Missy Gannon!
Missy Gannon, your preserve championship champion. She's the people's champion. And a 3rd win of the season. That's absolutely insane. Congratulations to Holyn Handley getting 2nd. Rebecca Cox with the hot round of the day at 5 down, getting solo 3rd. Maria Oliva solo 4th with a 3 down. Owen Scoggins, Lucky Lorentzen going to tie it up for 5th place. Looks like to be in the top 15 or so, you had to be under par on the weekend.
Definitely. Yeah, the win today made people work for it a little bit more, but 3rd day on a course, people figure things out. They know what mistakes are okay, and they know where they need to perform.
And I believe the cash line was, at 26th this weekend?
Yes.
So congrats to everybody who made that. Thank you all for watching all weekend. Thanks, Raven, for joining us.
Happy to be here.
And we'll just thank the Founders Club one more time. I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
And I'm Raven Klein.
And we are us.